Well, I was wrong about the one that waits. So, yeah, if you don't remember, I did a video a while ago on the one that waits, a mystery posed by the episode The Giggle from Doctor Who's 60th anniversary. In that video, I throw out several names. I throw out the Beast, I throw out the Master, I throw Ronnie, I throw Omega, I throw out the sticky caveman from An Unearthly Child. That one was a joke, but still, you get the point. That video, which currently has almost 5,000 views and 60 plus comments, I was wrong. And I was very wrong, as none of the names that I suggested in that video were actually the one that waits, because the one that waits is Sutekh, the god of death from Pyramids of Mars. Okay, I'm happy that I was wrong, because Sutekh is one of Doctor Who's best villains. So, also, extremely glad that they got the voice actor back. And can I just say this? Gabriel Wolf, the guy who voiced Sutekh in Pyramids of Mars and this episode, The Legend of Ruby Sunday, and also voiced the Beast, is 92 years old, and this dude still has a chilling voice. In fact, I actually would say it might be even more chilling than in Pyramids of Mars. It's a very good evil villain voice. Seriously, let this dude do more villain voices. But I'm extremely happy, right? When the character of Harriet Arbinger starts going on about, giving essentially this sort of not riddle poem thing. Don't really know the best way to describe it. Warning. I thought, oh, are they actually doing the Beast? Because it gets mentioned earlier in the episode. The Beast is literally said, and I thought, wait a second. Did I actually call this? And then, going through this list, you've got the Toymaker, who is mentioned as the god of games. I was like, well, obviously it's not the Toymaker. The Toymaker wouldn't be afraid of himself. Then it brings up the Trickster, who was actually a very popular idea in the comments of my video, saying the god of traps. I was like, well, it ain't the Trickster. You get Maestro from earlier this season. You get the Mara from Kinda and Snake Dance. Not the biggest fan of those two stories, so I'm fine that it wasn't the Mara. You get a few new ones, and then, it starts, basically, Arbinger acts as basically the hype machine for Sutekh. Best way to describe it right there. Sutekh's hype machine. Saying, several names. Set, however you pronounce it, the third one. And then, there's the whole mystery of the episode is who is Susan Triad? Because there is this corporation, Susan Triad Technologies, which basically the Doctor and Unit, several people watching, believed would be Susan, the Doctor's granddaughter. And then you see, because S Triad is an anagram of TARDIS. Anyway, the Triad gets dropped, the N of Susan gets dropped, and the ologies of technologies gets dropped, or the nologies, I guess, which leaves you with Sutekh, which I'll admit, I was shocked. I might have been the only one who theorized any about this that was shocked, because I actually didn't hear any of the theories saying this was Sutekh. Yep. So, hey, great surprise. Great cliffhanger. Can I just say, as a whole, this was easily the best episode of this season. I haven't talked about this season a lot, mainly because I haven't really cared for it. This was a great episode. With a great cliffhanger as well. I think this is probably the best cliffhanger of the decade so far for Doctor Who. But, great cliffhanger. And, basically, if you don't know who Sutekh is, I should probably explain. Villain in Pyramids of Mars. in a weakened state throughout that story, and Tom Baker's Fourth Doctor is pretty much terrified of Sutekh. So, yeah, it makes complete sense. The Doctor is scared to death. Get it? Death. Scared to death. Sutekh is... Never mind. Anyway, scared to death that Sutekh is back and at full power. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Because if the Doctor was scared at a weakened Sutekh, the Doctor is going to be more petrified than a weeping angel at a fully powered Sutekh. So, I actually have watched a lot of reactions. Unfortunately, not a lot of them actually have seen Pyramids of Mars, which makes it pretty funny. All these people be like, "Who's Sutekh?" I laughed a little bit when I saw those, but anyway, I'm glad that this villain who has not appeared in almost 50 years is back. Because Pyramids of Mars, my favorite stories. I am going to say one thing, however, which is RTD getting really ahead of himself? Because where are you going to go after Sutekh? You know, every season of the revival since the show came back in 2005 has had a villain from either the classic run or earlier in that season be the finale villain. Right? In fact, out of the 13 full seasons before this one, only 2 of them did not have classic villains be the villain of that finale, and that was season 6 and season 11. 13 has some new villains and the Sontarans, so... But are you getting ahead of yourself here? Because where do you really go after Sutekh for classic villains? There's not a lot left, and by effectively saying Sutekh is more powerful than the Mara or the Trickster. You know, Trickster isn't a classic villain, but, you know, a newer villain. But still, where do you really go? I mean, the way I see it, it's really starting to look like, with the fact that these characters are getting trapped at the end of their stories. I think we'll see Sutekh get trapped at the end of Empire of Death. Not before killing someone. I think that there's obviously going to be a very high body count, but I also think that we might be about to see a recurring character die, because I don't think they're going to sneak in a surprise regeneration for 15. But the fact all these characters are getting contained makes me think, hear me out here, that in 15's regeneration story, someone's just going to go through and unleash all of them. And the final battle will be against Sutekh again. I think that's probably what is being set up here. All these characters getting trapped for someone to just unleash them all in 15's regeneration. So, I'm very excited to see the return of Sutekh. But, man. I don't think this is going to happen, but are they about to kill Kate Lethbridge-Stewart? I mean, legitimately. I think that someone is about to die, and are they about to kill her off? I hope not. She's one of my favorite current characters at the moment. But anyway, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.